When I say to you, the Last Supper, Jesus in the Last Supper, what emotion does that evoke? What is the first instinctive thing that you feel when I talk about the Last Supper, Jesus in the Last Supper? Let me tell you what you ought to feel. You ought to feel an intensity. You ought to feel a tension that grips you. And I fear most of us don't. I fear that most of us think about a wafer and a little cup. I fear that most of us think about a chunk of bread and a warm, fuzzy group hug. And that is to miss the upper room discourse. I say this to you this morning. Get ready. Because when you go with Jesus to the upper room, let me tell you what you are really going into. You're going into a very intense time, a very intimately intense time. It is now less than 24 hours before Jesus will go to the torturous cross. Less than 24 hours. Let me try to make it personal. I want you to put yourself in this place, especially if you're a mom or a dad. I want you to imagine it's dinner time at your house, any day of any year of any time in your life. It's a regular, everyday dinner time. But here's the difference. You personally know, that within a few hours, there's going to be a home invasion, and you are going to be ambushed and taken away right in front of your family in a vicious way. More than that, you know that not only will you be ambushed in front of your family and taken away, you also know this, that you're being taken away and that tomorrow morning, the process will begin where you will be tortured beyond belief, and then executed heinously before everyone that you love, right in front of your children. This is Jesus in the upper room. Have you ever put yourself in that perspective as you now come to the Last Supper, as you now come to this upper room? Let me ask you, having now tried to just slightly give you a personal appreciation, 2 questions. The first one, remember, you know that you're about to be ambushed and taken away in front of your family, and that you know that you will be tortured and executed right in front of them tomorrow. And you've got a few hours. Here's my question. 1, what do you say to them? We're about to walk with Jesus as he has the conversation that he has with those that follow him or claim to follow him. Second question, what mood do you have now? Do you understand the intensity? Do you understand the tension? That's where Jesus is as we come with him to the upper room. I say to you, welcome to John 13.